This is lesson 78 for a white group. I'm going to ask some questions about a man and a jump rope. Everybody, can a man cut a jump rope? Yes. Say the whole thing. Get ready. Everybody, can a man keep the rein off him with a jump rope? Listen again, I'm going to say that one more time. Everybody, can a man keep the rein off him with a jump rope? Get ready. Say the whole statement. Get ready. Yes. Your turn. Make up a statement that tells something a man can do with a jump rope. Good job. Your statement probably said a man can jump with a jump rope. A man can play with a jump rope. Listen to this one. Make up a statement that tells something a man cannot do with a jump rope. My statement says a man cannot eat a jump rope. A man cannot. Yeah, Miss Thomas went blank. So we're going to talk about the calendar. We're going to talk about today, tomorrow, yesterday, and 1 week from today. We know that each week starts with Sunday. So we go Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And after Saturday, we go right back to Sunday. So listen, today is Thursday. Today is Thursday. If today is Thursday, what was yesterday? Remember, when we talk about yesterday, we go one back. We go one back. This time is looking at the wrong thing. So today is Thursday. What was yesterday? Complete sentences, don't forget. Yesterday was Wednesday. Listen to this one. If today is Thursday, what's tomorrow? What's the day of the week tomorrow? When we talk about tomorrow, we go one forward. We go one forward. So what will the day of the week be tomorrow? Complete sentence. Tomorrow will be Friday. Good job. So when we talk about 1 week from today, we go one down. So today is, oh wow, that one's a confusing one. 1 week from today, Miss Thomas is going to tell you, it's going to be April 2nd. The next month is April, so it's April 2nd. But it's still, the day of the week will still be Thursday. Good job. So we're going to talk about the dates. Today is Thursday, March 26th. Listen again. Today is Thursday, March 26th. What was yesterday's date? Yesterday, we go one back. Yesterday was Wednesday, March 25th. Wednesday, March 25th. So if today is Thursday, March 26th, what will the date be tomorrow? We go one forward. Tomorrow's date will be Friday, March 27th. Good job, friends. So we're going to make up two analogies. Two analogies. We're going to make up analogies about an airplane and a fish. Which objects? An airplane and a fish. Good job. The first analogy tells where you find the objects. Where do you find an airplane? Some people find an airplane at the airport. Most times we see an airplane in the air. So we're going to say that one. We're going to use air. So where do you find an airplane? In the air. Good job. Where do you find a fish? Where do you find a fish? Sometimes we find a fish in a fish tank. But we find a fish. If we find an airplane in the air, we find a fish in the water. Yes. So where do we find an airplane? In the air. And where do we find a fish? In the water. An airplane is to the air as a fish is to the water. Listen again. An airplane is to the air as a fish is to the water. Say the whole analogy about an airplane and a fish. Get ready. Yes, an airplane is to the air as a fish is to the water. We're going to keep going. Listen, an airplane is to the air as a fish is to the water. Does that analogy tell you how the objects move? No. Listen, an airplane is to the air as a fish is to the water. Does that analogy tell you what you do with the objects? No. Listen, an airplane is to the air as a fish is to the water. Does that analogy tell you where you find the objects? Yes, it tells you where you find the objects. We made up an analogy that tells where you find the objects. The next analogy tells what class the objects are in. Listen again. We made up an analogy that tells where you find the objects. The next analogy tells what class the objects are in. What class is an airplane in? Vehicles. Yeah, an airplane is a vehicle. What class is a fish in? We may have said living things, but a fish is also an animal. A fish is a animal. An airplane is to vehicles. Listen, an airplane is to vehicles as a fish is to animals. An airplane is to vehicles as a fish is to animals. Put your listening ears on. Loud, loud, loud. Put your thinking brains on. High, high, high. Listen, say the analogy about an airplane and a fish. An airplane is to vehicles as a fish is to animals. We made up an analogy that tells where you find the objects, and we also made an analogy that tells what class the objects are in. Let's see if we can remember both analogies. Think. Turn your thinking brains on. Loud, loud, loud. High, high, high. Say the analogy that tells where you find the objects. Listen. Say the analogy that tells where you find the objects. Get ready. An airplane is to the air as a fish is to the water. Good job. Think big. Say the analogy that tells what class the objects are in. Listen again. Say the analogy that tells what class the objects are in. Get ready. So if we are having trouble at this part, just rewind and start it over from the top of this part where it says analogies. If not, we can keep moving forward. So we learned about synonyms. We've been talking about synonyms. Who remembers the rule about synonyms? Keep it in your brain. Don't say it out loud. Remember the rule about synonyms. A synonym is a word that means the same thing as another word. I'm going to say that again. A synonym is a word that means the same thing as another word. Let's who can say that rule. Get ready. Yes, a synonym is a word that means the same thing as another word. What's a word that means the same thing as another word? A synonym. Let's say the rule. Get ready. A synonym is a word that means the same thing as another word. Let's make up statements. Let's make up statements that mean the same thing as other statements. We're going to make up statements that mean the same thing as other statements. Listen, the book is thin. Say that. Get ready. Here's the statement that has a synonym. Listen, the book is skinny. Say that. Get ready. I'm going to say that one more time. Listen, the book is thin. Say that. Get ready. Here's the statement that has a synonym. That has a what? A synonym. Listen, the book is skinny. Say that. Get ready. I'll say one of the statements. You tell me the statement that has the synonym. I'm going to say one statement and you have to say the other statement that has the synonym. Listen, my turn. The book is thin. Listen, the book is thin. Remember, you're telling me the sentence that has the synonym. Your turn. Get ready. The book is skinny. Here's another one. Please listen. See that, Miss Thomas. Listen the ears on. Please close the window. Say that. Here's a statement that has a synonym. Listen. Please shut the window. Say that. Get ready. I'll say one of the statements. You say the statement that has the synonym. Listen, my turn. Please close the window. Your turn. Get ready. Please shut the window. If there are any misunderstandings, just go back to synonyms. Or if not, we're going to move forward. Same and different. We haven't talked about this in a while, but we remember things that are the same and how things are different. So we're going to talk about how things are the same and how they are different. Listen, a flower and a tree. Think of those two things. A flower and a tree. We've drawn parts of a flower and parts of a tree. So we should know the things that are the same and different about a flower and a tree. See if you can name 2 ways they are the same. If you have to pause, just press pause so our friends can think of 2 ways a flower and a tree are the same. I'm going to tell you how I think they are the same. I think they are the same because they are living things and because they are plants. A flower and a tree are both living things, and they are both plants. I just said two ways that a flower and a tree are the same. Listen, think a flower and a tree. See if you can name two ways they are different. See if you can think of two ways they are different. Pause if you need to give our friends some thinking time. I think they are different because a flower has petals, but a tree doesn't. Also, a tree has a trunk, and a flower does not. See if you can think of two other ways they are different. Here's two more. Listen, a rabbit and a monkey. Listen again, a rabbit and a monkey. Think of those two things. See if you can name two ways they are the same. Two ways a rabbit and a monkey are the same. Miss Thomas thinks they are the same because a rabbit and a monkey are both animals, and they both have teeth. That's how Miss Thomas thinks they are the same. Listen, a rabbit and a monkey. See if we can name two ways they are different. See if we can name two ways they are different. For Miss Thomas thinks that a rabbit and a monkey are different because a rabbit has ears, but a monkey doesn't. I mean, they have pointy ears, but a monkey doesn't. And a monkey lives in a tree, but a rabbit doesn't. That's how Miss Thomas thinks they are different. True and false. I'm going to make up statements. Some of these statements are true and some are false. You tell me about each statement. Listen, you cannot sit on a chair. True or false? Snakes have legs. True or false? Farm animals can live in barns. True or false? A blanket is made of cloth. True or false? A container does not grow in the ground. True or false? Your turn. Make up a statement about snakes that is true. Make up a statement about snakes that is true. Get ready. Your turn. Make up a statement about a snake that is false. That is false. If there are any misunderstandings, just go back. If not, we can keep moving forward. So when we're going to describe an object, I'm going to tell you about an object, but I'm going to call it a funny name. See if you can figure out what object I'm thinking of. Listen, mirrors on, mirrors on. A quimp can be made of plastic. A quimp can be made of plastic, Say that. Get ready. A quimp has bristles. A quimp has bristles. Say that. Get ready. Listen. You can use a quimp to brush your hair. You can use a quimp to brush your hair. Get ready. Say that. Everybody, we're going to say the things we know about a quimp. Mirrors on. Get ready. A quimp can be made of plastic. A quimp has bristles. You can use a quimp to brush your hair. One more time. A quimp can be made of plastic. A quimp has bristles. You can use a quimp to brush your hair. Everybody, what am I calling a quimp? Right, a hairbrush. Yes, a quimp is a hairbrush. How do you know that I was calling a quimp a hairbrush? It can be made of plastic. It has bristles. You can use it to brush your hair. How would you like to use a quimp to write something? Yeah. So that concludes our lesson for today. This is lesson 78 for white group.